Bass number 3 in this session. This is an Ibanez, which I quite obviously painted myself. First thing I'm going to mention is, like, see this model, which is a GTR 75. Yeah, jack input is in a really shit place. When you lean it against the wall, the lead sticks into the ground, so it'll just snap the lead off. So it's just completely stupid. I actually had to make a special lead for it with an angle on it, so I could put it in the ground. Obviously it's its own lead. Actually, I put yellow stripes on it to go. I also bought a yellow radioactive strap to go with it. I'll just admit immediately, when I got this, it was black. It had single coil jazz bass style pickups in it, which are alright. What else? That's pretty much it. The headstock, which I thought really let it down, was a sort of matte wood colour, and it just looked shit. It looked like, you know, when you buy really cheap guitars, it's like lacquered. So I lacquered it so it was shiny, and it was also a wee bit naughty. It used to say Geo above there, and while I was sort of sanding it down to make it clean, I just accidentally sanded off the Geo thing to make it a proper Ibanez. But I looked up brochures and stuff. They only made this bass for 1 year, for 2 years. First year, when it was a TR 75, it was exactly the same bass, but it was just an Ibanez. Whereas the following year, which is, I think it was 98 or something like that, or 97, 98, they brought out the Geo line for the cheaper ones, and it became a Geo one. So they made it for 1 year as a Geo and 1 year as an Ibanez. So this is the Geo one, even though I'm 99.9% sure it was exactly the same guitar. I liked it because it wasn't a Hackett shape. It's kind of sort of P-bass, jazz bass. 5 strings always look funny to me. They're always the sort of, you know, sort of melty rock burn, you know, and I don't like basses like that. This one kind of P-bass, jazz bass. The only acceptable 5-string basses I've ever really seen look-wise are, there's a Thunderbird Pro, an Epiphone one. There's a through neck which looks really nice, but it was 500 quid when I tried it. And the jazz bass doesn't look bad as well. The P bass looks funny, something to do with the fact it's got a wider neck. It throws the dimensions off. It looks a bit shit. So I upgraded the pickups on it. There's a video for it. It's now got warman. The guy's signature pickups from a guy called Jimmy Lloyd Ree. And he's like a guy in America. I think he's quite a famous bass player. You know, plays with Muddy Waters and folk like that. But there were the 4-string versions and the 5-string versions of them. They were damn cheap and they're total thunderous. Amazing. It's just one of them, so that's the neck one. I had to get a 5-string bass at some point. I decided to paint it like it was black, and I just masking taped it up and then spray painted it rapeseed yellow. I made the stripes go around the back, and I had to they didn't match up quite the same, so it kind of looks a wee bit Van Halen in the back when I tried to sort of be a wee bit artistic with joining up the stripes. But it wasn't until after I'd done it I saw a picture of a band called Winger, and it was like, oh. And Winger basically are sort of 80s white metal band because they're a Christian rock band. I thought, oh no, what have I done? I made a Winger bass. Not Winger. I said Winger there. Winger's Kip Winger. Striper they're called. Sorry. Aye, Winger. They're freaking great. I saw them 2 feet away from Kip Winger himself, man. At the ABC 6 months ago, and he was totally cool. He really was like Snake Plissken. Couldn't have been much cooler. Mirrored sunglasses, long grey hair, not totally cool, and about 5 foot tall. Striper are a Christian rock band. So I looked up some of the videos, and actually they're pretty good, even though they're Christian rock or white metal. That doesn't really matter. They seem to be quite funny about it. actually it was quite difficult to tune the low B on a 5-string because the guitar tuners don't generally go that low. It's just a bit too. You have to kind of. This could really do with new strings. It wouldn't surprise me if these were the strings that were on it when it was new in '98. I kind of gave them a wipe, put them back on again, but I need to invest. I've actually got a set of Elixirs bass strings I got there. I got them for a good price, but they're all a 4-string set. But I think you can buy individual strings. I might do that if I can't find a bass that deserves strings more than this one, because these ones ain't rusty, they're just old. Yep, so that's the Ibanez Geo 5-string. It's got, I don't know, see machine heads on it. They're fine, nothing wrong with them. Basically, the bass itself was fine. I wasn't that keen on the pickups. They were a bit small looking, and I've always wanted the big Music Master style ones with the massive pull pieces on them because they just look cool. Those are the original metal knobs on it, which I thought was pretty cool for a base model Ibanez. And someone had, whoever it was, had before me replaced that strap button with a plumbing attachment, which I liked as well. So I took it out and glued that in. So I like that as well. I did a wee bit of trickery. I put a push-pull pot on the first volume pot, which taps both the pickups, so they're only single coils to make it sound a bit thinner and more jazz bassy. In fact, it makes it into a jazz bass because you can mix between the two. It's just volume, tone. But I said one of my other videos, I'm not really that. I'm not one for multiple pickups on a bass. A P bass pickup is really all you need for bass. But Ibanez Striper bass. See you later.